Hi everyone, it's Nat here. So happy new year firstly. I'm hoping for a really good year for everyone. Hoping that the fires all go away soon and that we can get on with the recovery efforts and clean things up and have a good year. So I'm really keen to get started on a challenge that Deb at String and Scissors has set for me. I discussed it in my last video. Now I will put the details of the challenge down below for anyone that'd like to do it along with us, and I'll also put Deb's information down below, so go and check out her channel as well, because I'm sure she'll be putting a video up soon, because I'm sure she is really keen to get on with it as well. So now there also have been a few additions to what you can use to do the challenge. A few people were asking, you know, if they could do this or that. So we've revised the list just to help you out. So I will add it below, make sure you check it out. But the additions were, people were wondering if they could use like recycled cardboard and that. I think they were worried about what they were going to make tags and that out of. So yes, Deb has allowed that. Also junk mail if necessary, and also sewing's okay, so whether it be hand sewing or machine sewing, that's fine, and the use of paper clips and that. I suppose, you know, a lot of the time you find paper clips, stuff like that in the second-hand shops as well. Now I myself am trying to keep it mostly to my second-hand books and like the fabrics, and only the ones that I have got from the second-hand shops. So I thought it might be good to just get on and show what I've been hunting up to use for mine, just in case anyone's a bit stuck and worried that they're not going to have enough materials to make something. So the idea was to make either a couple of journal pages or a whole journal if you like, using mainly old book pages, no other papers. So what I have done is I stumbled over on the floor that I haven't put away yet a couple of books here, and I really like the covers. I'm going for a sort of natural theme, so I'm going to get these two books because I'll be able to use the pages as well. So yeah, and they're nice colours, so I'll be able to like collage with the ones that I don't use for pages and that. So one of my thoughts was to do an altered book, but I thought, no, I'm going to take the pages out and then just put some back in, because I might mix pages up and put some different ones in and all that sort of thing. So I'll start with the covers. I've also grabbed my scrappy bit bin. Now a lot of this I won't be able to use because it's not old book page, but I do have a whole lot of old book page scraps in here, so I can go through and just find what I can use. We can also of course use your old music paper if you've got it from a second-hand shop. I think most of us have, then that's allowable as well, so that gives us something else. Now I'm a bit spoilt for choice, as you probably all know, because you know I've been pulling out pages from old books, the starting pages that have the colour, so I've got these to go through. So I think they'll be really cool, and also they're plain on the other side, so you can back your tags and that with them and write on them, but I think I'll just use them more like scrapbooking papers and that. So they're going to be great. The other thing is I always collect the first couple of pages out of a book that have no writing on. So these will be perfect for little journaling spots and backing tags with. So I know I've got a few more of them around somewhere which I'll try and hunt up, and of course in the books I'm going to gut there are pages like this that don't have much writing on, so bits like that, perfect. So because I think the main worry is what are you going to journal on, but you know there are a lot of little bits and pieces that you can use, and I mean you could even cut little bits out and collage them together to make journaling spots. So it's achievable. Now I also had ripped up some yacht books for my previous journals, and that, you know, it's nice sort of cardboard on the covers from that, so I'm thinking I might be able to use that to sew my signatures into and then stick into one of the covers. So I'll keep that for that, and also make tags and that. Now, my idea is to go for a birdie theme because I haven't done that yet, and I'd like to make myself a nice like nature journal with lots of birds in it. I was going to go like Australian natives, but we'll see. Got heaps of pictures and heaps of bird books, so there's a lot I'll be able to do. So I'm going to go through all of these, and see this book has pages with lines on it, so you know there's something I can use for journaling spots as well. So, and you can use your inks and your paints, you just can't use stamps and that unless you make them out of your secondhand stuff and that. So you can get a bit creative and colour the pages with a bit of paint and that, which I might do for some of them. Alright, and then I have had this like calico that was in one of my mixed bags of fabric that I got from the secondhand shop, and someone's done some stenciling on there, but it's not, I don't know if I'll use the stenciled bit. I mean, I might cut that out and keep it for a journal, but otherwise there's bits in between that I reckon I can use, and I might even use that to sew signatures in as well. So thought a good way to use that up. I've got a whole lot of different materials. I like the tan colour there in the pattern. I think that might go nicely with some birds. You know, I've got a lot of laces and that from the secondhand shop. As I said, this is all secondhand shop stuff. I've got fabrics that come from Spotlight and that, but I'm not going to let myself use any of them. Offcuts of felt that I got in this bag, nice brown ones, so I'll probably go to creams and the browns mainly. They go with the birds nicely. I have a lot of little bits like this which I can use as well. And what I like about these too is, see, I'm not sure whether I should be allowed to use my pinking shears or anything, so these are already like cut pretty, so that helps. These were from the secondhand shop, so I've got some fibres and that I can use. I love this one too for a nature sort of journal. Sort of got some green tones and some browns. It's very soft. And I have some tulle. Don't know if it's sort of brown or like a pinky, dirty sort of pink colour, but it's quite nice. So I reckon that'll look really good because I do have cheesecloth, but the cheesecloth I bought new, so so I can use this instead. So that's great. I'll be able to do some layering with it. I've got this fabric as well that come from the secondhand shop. And I have heaps of hessian as well. So far I've got all of that. So that's a really good start. I'm sure I've got heaps of other stuff as well, but I thought I'll just start with this because if I drag too much more out I won't have any room left on my desk. So first thing I want to do is start gutting. I'm going to gut both these books because as I said I can use the pages, and I'm sort of thinking about maybe trying to make two at the same time, but we will see. It depends how many pictures I bother getting out and that. I could always like start two and then just finish off the one for the challenge and then finish the other one in my own time. But I'm not a big writer in journals at this point. I do have a chronic injury with my hand which hurts a lot when I try writing. So I don't write much anymore, and when I do it's quite messy. So yeah, it's hard to want to sort of journal too much, but I love sticking things in them. So I think like collaging and putting bird pictures in there will be nice. And I reckon if I do lots of tuck spots and pockets, I can store pictures of birds and that for future journals in them. So it'll be a bit like an ephemera journal. So that's my plan. I'll see if I can find I've got a rubbishy little penknife that I use for gutting my books. That keeps my good for my fussy cutting. So you've probably all seen this done before. We just want to run the knife down there on both sides to get the inside out and try not to go through the spine like I have a number of times. So yeah, I just take my knife down there, just do it a few times until you find where it goes through. Now just pull it apart as I go. Stuck there a bit. Just be light-handed. I used to be quite heavy-handed doing this, and I would go through the spine quite often. And went through my hand once too. So, and if you do nick it, which I have before, because I was going to fabric cover the one that I did nick before, I did just stick some tape over the top of it and then just fabric covered it. These I don't think I'm going to fabric cover. I really like the way the covers look, so I'll probably just stick some pictures on there. I might put lace or something on the spine. Some fabric. I'll get this side started. So yes, it's a sad day today with the fires in Victoria and New South Wales and the loss of life. Absolutely shocking. I'm watching a few videos and looking at the photos of it, and it's just unbelievable. Just amazes me what the fireys do and put themselves in to, you know, help us all out. So kudos to them, I reckon. I know they were selling baubles at my local doctor's office the other day. You buy a bauble and the money goes to the firefighters, and then you stick a little tag on it with your name and hang it on the tree for them. So I wasn't leaving without doing that, that's for sure. So yes, been out this afternoon with my son, cutting down all my weeds. So we're going to get out each day and tidy up a fair bit. Got to try and keep up with my garden better. Now, this has just got a bit of gauze that needs cutting through. There we go. So yeah, they look alright. This one's pretty worn and old, but I just love the aging on it, and it's not too bad. It's not like broken as such, it's just worn, so I think that'll be fine. And I can reinforce the spine with some of the board that I've got off of these covers. You know, I can stick it together and make it a bit stronger. I was going to just even use another cover of a book, because you can cut them down with your pen knives and then use that bit to reinforce your spine, also your signatures into, if you want hidden signatures like I usually do. So yeah, lots of pages here. Now, just put my pen knife in there. What I might do is just grab the pages that are a bit blanker off, so I can put them aside for backing my tags and making the journaling spots. I also love the look of the pages like this with little pictures and that, so they might be fun to collage with as well. So I reckon we'll do all of those. I'll just pull them out. That'll give us some. Check the back. There's one that doesn't have a couple there that are good. And then this can go in my box for collaging. Although, actually, I'll probably use some of those to create the pages, because they'll fit perfectly. Got a few good ones. If you hear any loud noises, it's my son on his games. I told him I was videoing too. It doesn't take long for him to forget. He has the funniest laugh. As long as he doesn't yell out something rude, we'll be right. At least I can edit now, so. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, these signatures look quite easy to pull apart, so we'll find the middle of one of these signatures, if it's possible. That looks like it might be it. Yep. I'll just get my knife under, cut the string. See if we can take this signature out. There we go. Trying to find where the signature is. There we go, we can remove that now. Now this is a good base to start with for some pages, I reckon, because it will fit back in there nicely. Just might need to trim them down if we reinforce the spine and then sew the signatures into a bit of board. It'll be a bit white, you know, thicker here, so that might make these stick out a bit. So just got to be mindful of that. So they'll probably get trimmed a little bit. So what have we got? Just trying to see. Could almost do that many in each signature and then add a whole lot of other pages and do like 4 of them or something. I don't want to make it too bulky because I want to do all the pockets and that, which will add bulk, and then if we put a lot of stuff in the pockets it's going to add a fair bit of bulk. So maybe I'll grab out about 4 lots like this of the book pages. Starting to warm up here again. I think we're high 20s tomorrow and then back in the 40s, 43 or something on Friday. So I'll just have to see how the fires go then. But they've done such a good job. When I've looked a few times today, there's only been 1 or 2 flare-ups today, which is great in the Adelaide Hill area. Just, I suppose, depends on the wind and stuff on Friday. But we were due for rain on Saturday, so I'll check the weather again afterwards because I really hope we're going to get some. So that's 3 of them there. So we'll get 1 more out. And that gives us 4 signatures to play with. So there are a number of different ways you could do this really, because I was thinking of that I'd have like single pages and then maybe have to do some, which I might with some of the pages that I want to add, do some either fabric or paper hinges to double the pages up to put in. Which when I do, I will show you what I mean. A lot of you would already know what I mean though. Alright, so the rest of this can go for collaging. We've got 4 signatures there that we can play around with. So with them in, there's still heaps of room to add a whole heap of more pages and pockets and that. So what I might do is the same with this one. Might as well do it now while I'm here. That way if I do 2, I can pick the one I like the most put up for the challenge. So I hope you're all having fun and not too hungover from your festivities last night. I had a very quiet night. I did have some Baileys on, ice cream with flake, but I poured too much Baileys on and it was disgusting. So I had a bit more today and put a bit less Baileys on and that was nice. I think I'm near this signature. Middle. They can be hard to find sometimes. I love the colour of these pages. Nice creamy colour. It's hard to tell how many want to come out sometimes. Looks about right. Hold it up like that, I might be able to see. This one's a bit harder to see than the other one was. It's near the middle. Yep. So it was great to see when Deb announced this challenge, how many people were interested in trying it out as well. So I think they're going to be heaps of fun. Oh, that's what I wanted to show too. Be back in 1 second. Just going behind for a moment. Now, I've never been so excited as I have been the last 2 days to check my mailbox and get my junk mail. So this is 2 days worth. And it's even a public holiday today, and I got some. I couldn't believe that. It's ridiculous. I really need to put a no junk mail sign up because it's absolutely ridiculous, the amounts. The poor postie never has room to put anything in my letterbox. But I was really excited this time because anyone who watched the last video would know that I have to set a challenge for Deb next month, and it's going to revolve around junk mail. So if you want to get in on that one, start collecting your junk mail now. I'm going to try to limit myself to what junk mail I get during this month. So I'll see how I go with that. I do have a whole lot of sort of cards and that I got in the mail previously. If I don't get many of them during the month, I might have to dip into some of the ones that I've kept previously. Although this isn't too bad because I like the thicker stuff for making tags and stuff. So yes, if you want to be involved, start collecting that now for next month. Just put that back. Alright, now we need 2 more signatures. I've seen a heap of people making journals and that with junk mail, and some of them are amazing on YouTube. So something I've really wanted to do for a while, but haven't gotten around to. Usually a couple of pages that are stuck in so they don't come out with the signature. They seem pretty sturdy too. I thought I might have to reinforce with paper or fabric. I might once I've used them a bit and collaged and that, but we'll see. Yes, so I was really excited when Deb suggested that we do something together like this. So it's really motivated me to use some of the stuff I've been picking. I think she's seen me picking up all these books and thought, geez, you know, she never does anything with them, so good on it. Certainly got me motivated to use them now. So, and I know she loves making journals out, and she loves up shopping and getting old books and that as well, so it's really cool. Alright, so there we've got 4 signatures that will fit into that one as well. So in the end, I mean, I can add or I can take. I'll probably end up taking pages away, depending on what I use out of the other books. So next I might, while I'm on tonight, I've already ripped into this one. This one has some beautiful pictures. Australian Bird Journal. And look, $1 it was too. Amazing. So we'll see what we've got left in there. Because I'm wondering whether one out of here might be good for a cover. And Brolga. Isn't that beautiful? Even that would be nice on that. Regent Bowerbird. And as I said, we've got a lot of these, it looks like there's birds on each one, so you don't want to sort of use that, do you, when you've got a beautiful bird. There's a swallow, swamp hen, that'd be alright too on there. It'd be cool to do a water bird one, maybe. The ones that interest me I'll leave on the book that I think they might go on. Hopefully I won't be in camera. Oh, that's nice. Silver Eye. Ooh, yes. Don't worry, I'm getting excited. Yes, I might have to do that one for that. And that can be my personal one. Because I have a whole lot of Silver Eyes that come into the backyard on a well, during certain seasons they seem to hang around. So, and the green on them will go really nice on the, don't think you can see that, on the green cover that I've got. So I reckon that will be really cool. So I might just go through and just see what else I might really like. A few of those I might put in the waterbird one. Gordian finches, I had one of those. The last 2 years I've seen them at a certain time. I think I've let my parsley overgrow and then they come in and get stuck into the seeds. And they're stunning birds. So I will take him out. I've been wanting to do myself a birdie journal for ages. I might leave them together, the pages. Look at that kite, that's beautiful. Might stick to the ones that I sort of recognise for now. There's one I can use for a tag or something. That one I'm going to put to the side. I think I know somebody might like that one. Oh, babook. That's so cool. I want to do a eagle and owl sort of journal sometime. There's another page that I could use. Diamond firetail. Never heard of them being called that. Anyway. Crested pigeon. I'll have to take him as well. I've got one of those that I had 2 of them one year that couldn't fly in my backyard. So I had to fence off a little corner and put some water and that in there and just leave it open a tiny little bit so my dog couldn't get it in, but they could. I don't know what happened to the other one, but there's one that it mustn't be able to fly far enough to go with all the other ones that come around in certain seasons. So sometimes I'll see it being chased around the backyard by a male or whatever, but when all of them rack off, it's still stuck here by itself and it hangs out on my TV area and I feel really sad for it. So I have to put that one in my journal. What's that one? Wedge tail. Keep that. Another journal. Beautiful pictures in this book though for $1. That could go in the waterbird journal. Orange chat, never seen one of them. So, put that. Sorry, probably boring you here, but thought I'd get on and do a bit. I think I've finished sorting this out and then I'll probably go off camera and make a little start and then do another video in a couple of days and show you my progress. Sulphur crested. I have them go across quite regularly as well. We've got the corellas here. We've got too many corellas here that they're always scaring off with their gun things. They're always flying over. I tell you what, whenever I'm out there hanging up in the wash and I just pray when they go flying over. So, New Hollands or yellow wings, have heaps of those. I think we probably all have a heap of them in the backyard. So, put that in my journal. Chestnut teal, I think we have them at the wetlands. They're beautiful. I think it was a yellow one with the yellow that I took a photo of the other day. Do like the teal, I'll put him on the waterbird one. Raven, the spinebill, one of those regularly comes and feeds. Rufous fantail, they're beautiful too. Do get them around, so. Brush turkey. Oh, willy wagtail. I think I told you that I had one of those that kept running past my window to see me all the time, and I'd go outside and he'd come down, and then one day I went out and I found him dead near my kitchen window. That was a sad day, so better put him in there. And then one of my favourite birds. Pardalote. Get a lot of these at the local wetlands. I want to start going out there soon and taking a whole heap of photos. Galah. Isn't that pretty? Big eater. Green pig and goose. I don't know if we get those at the wetlands. We definitely don't get the pelicans at the wetlands here. So I think out of that booklet will do. So I'll just have a quick look at this one. It's an encyclopedia of birds. I assume it's worldwide, maybe. It might just be like English or something. Dodo, yeah, I see them every day. Yeah. Well, there's a sulphur crested in there, so there's a few really pretty pictures. So I might sit down and go through that afterwards and just find the ones that I think will go with the sort of themes that I want, because I might keep it to Australian natives, or else it's just like too many birds and it's too much of a sort of mash-up of things, so stick to the Aussie natives. Or the ones that I find around here. I might even put like the sparrows and that in here, which, you know, there are pests and that, but I have them in the backyard, so that'll be cool. So, and then with this one, it's mainly just your little plates, so that will probably be used mostly for fussy cutting or just adding big pages in between. So what I might do is go through my books and see what else I've got that I can make pages to go. So some of these can go as whole pages in here, but because they're not together very well, I will probably be pulling them apart, because I can use that one in another journal. So I'll probably just use the single page and then make a hinge with paper and have another page over this side and then put them in between these. So I'll go through my other books, see what other pages I can find to add to these, and then I'll come back on and show you when I start putting the signatures together. Alright, so I hope a whole lot of you are going to join in with this, because I think it'll be heaps and heaps of fun to see what everyone comes up with. Take care, please stay safe, don't risk your life, it's not worth it. So and I just really hope that you're all not being too affected by it, physically, emotionally, and all of that. So, and I hope all your loved ones are safe as well. Bye.